It's me, is Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. So I wanted to talk to you guys because I have talked to a lot of people in the past couple years. Since I started doing readings in 2012, I can't even count how many people I've probably read. I have no idea. Because at one point, I used to just sit online and read people. That was my practice. That's how I learned how to read. I would just sit online and read total strangers just to see what I could get from them. That was my training ground. And I did that for like 2 years. So I've read a lot of people in my practice and in my profession. And one of the things that keeps coming up, and it came up again yesterday and it came up today, it keeps coming up, is people coming to me with relationship problems or trying to get into a relationship. I would say single problems, really, and wanting to know why is it that it's not working for them. And after an in-depth conversation with them, I'm finding out from every situation except for like maybe 2%, I'm finding out that 98% of them are having this problem because they don't have anything to offer a relationship other than sex. And if all you have to offer is sex, that's not enough. It's just not enough. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. If all you have to offer is what's going on between your legs, you need to do a lot of work. Seriously. Because a lot of them are saying to me, I'm looking for a good man. I'm looking for a good woman. I'm looking to get married. You know, they got some really good goals, but they have nothing to offer. Their credit is bad. They got 5 or 6 kids by different people. They don't have anything to talk about that's interesting other than like magazines and sports and rappers, you know. They have nothing going on between their ears, you know. And unfortunately, they're out there trying to date, and they're asking me, why aren't people calling me back? Why aren't these women, you know, returning my calls? Why aren't these, you know, men, you know, coming back? You know, we're having sex and then they don't return. Or these women have sex with me and don't come back, don't call me no more. Or, you know, I see a young lady, I take her out to dinner and we eat a few times and then she stops calling me and tells me she got back with her boyfriend. You know, they keep telling me stories like this, where basically they meet somebody that they like, they meet somebody that fits their criteria, and then the person ghosts them. And they're like, what happened? And I'm like, they figured out that you had nothing to offer. They figured out you were living in your father's basement and are unemployed. You know, they figured out you don't have anything to offer. And some people will date you if you don't have anything to offer because their self-esteem is not high. And that's a whole nother problem for both of you to deal with. But most people who are successful, and these people want a successful person. They want, like the one guy told me, he wanted a woman who didn't have any kids, who had a good job, who was smart, who was pretty, kept herself up, was in good shape. But you live with your father and you don't have a job. You're a producer. And I was like, what's a producer? He was like, oh, well, I hand out flyers for the club and sponsor the events. And I'm like, so you don't get paid for this? He's like, yeah, I get paid a little something here and there. And I'm like, okay, so you getting paid a little something here and there, and you live with your father, and you don't really have any like goals or anything, you know. Like, I mean, like, you meeting a woman, you know, and you think that like, why did she ghost me? Because you didn't have anything to offer her. And why did I make this video? I made this video because people in this situation don't understand that when somebody doesn't have anything to offer and the person ghosts them, they don't realize why the person ghosted them. They think the person just had somebody better or moved on. But in a lot of cases, they did like you. How do I know? Because they're telling me in the tarot readings that they like you, but you don't have anything to offer. And you have to come to the table with something, especially if you're expecting me to come with a full picnic basket. You can't just come with a bag of Doritos. So if you're looking for a good man or a good woman, make sure you're a good man or a good woman, and that you have something to offer a relationship. Not just something to offer me tonight, but something to offer me every night. You have conversation, things interesting to talk about, especially if you're trying to see an Aquarius. You got to have something interesting to talk about. You have to come with your own goals. You have to come with your own values, your own career, your own success, basically. And whatever you're trying to draw from me, you should be mirroring back to me. You see, if I'm a professional, if I'm a registered nurse, for example, or if I'm a doctor or something like that, and I'm dating you and you a delivery man at the pizza shop, not that there's anything wrong with being a delivery man at the pizza shop, because I've delivered pizza before too. An honest dollar is an honest dollar. But that's what you're doing. And I'm, you want to draw me, you want to draw a professional to you, which is fine, because, I've seen those kind of couples before too, but a lot of times they have a hard time working out because the other party, male or female, the one who's not as successful, starts to feel resentment towards the other person. You got to come to the table with the same amount or close that the other person is coming to the table with. You can't come to the table empty-handed and want the other person to come with the whole basket. That's not fair. And it's not going to get you what you want in many cases. In most cases, a man or a woman is going to expect you to come to the table with something if they're going to accept you as Mr. Right versus Mr. Right now. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying this to you because a lot of people, I don't think, are saying this. I know I didn't. I didn't say this when I was dating. So I'm saying this to you now because I think a lot of people get tripped up in this place. Like the guy said to me, he was like, I know she liked me. We had sex twice and then she just ghosted me. And he was like, what's the deal? And when I'm looking at him, he has nothing to offer her. She probably was like, let me get out of here before this gets too much. Let me get out of here before I get in too deep. You got to have something to offer before you start dating. So if it was me and I was dating all over again, if I was dating all over again, I guess I will date again, but we'll talk about that in another video. But if I was in this position where I wanted to date someone, I would make sure that I had something to offer. So look at yourself, love yourself, take care of yourself, go to school, get a trade, read, do more than just watch, ghetto dramas on TV or cooking shows or whatever it is that you're into, get some success going for yourself, get yourself in that space before you try to draw somebody else who's in that space. Then the two of you can be partners instead of one of you playing follow the leader. You see? You don't want to do that in your relationships. You want to come with something. You want to both come with something. And you want to build together. If I come with $5 and you come with $5, we got $10. We can get more with that $10 than if I just come with my $5. You see? And we got to live off my $5. So I want to put that out there to those of you who are in the dating game and are having that problem, either not getting the quality that you want or the person not sticking around. I want you to think about, do you have more to offer than just your body? Because if you don't, you should find a way to, okay? And if you do, that's wonderful. You're right on track to start going towards what it is that you want. Nobody's perfect, but you got to come up to the table with something, okay? All right, guys, I hope that helps. I'm out of here. If you want to talk to me, you can hit me up on social media, you can email me, or you can drop me a message underneath this video. Likewise, if you would like to send me a gift, I'll send my Amazon wish list underneath this video. If you want to get a tarot reading, email me. That'll be under the video. And if you would like to send me a love donation, I will leave my PayPal. Okay? See you later.